Well, happy holidays. We're glad you were able to make it on with us today. Um, I guess I'll get started with the questions. And the first one is going to be why Ole Miss? Like, what was it about Ole Miss that made you want to commit to the Rebels?
Well, I asked numerous round of players beforehand, asking like how the environment was down there, and they said it was really, really good. It was a real good, like, big football town, and then also, Ole Miss has a similar offense that I had in high school, so I can just be a perfect fit in that offense.
Yeah, and I know I looked at your offer sheet. You had a long list of offers from really good schools, really good football programs. So what made Ole Miss stand out? I know you were considering staying in state and going to Texas. So why Ole Miss over some of those other schools that you had offers from?
Well, back to the scheme. Lane Kiffin knows how to get his playmakers the ball, so I decided to go where like I could be really used, and um, they have like a really good air raid offense, and that's what I like. I like being the ball getting thrown around. So
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of Lane Kiffin, I mean, he's one of those college football coaches that everybody knows. You know, he's definitely got a big personality. So just talk to me about your relationship so far with Coach Kiffin. What has that been like? And is it kind of weird to, get to know this guy that, everybody knows and you kind of always have seen in the news, and now he's your football coach?
it's very exciting because he's always on social media and always replying and having posts. But it's very exciting knowing that he's going to be my coach, and I'm just ready to get this thing going.
Yeah, absolutely. And talk to me about your run at McKinney North. So you had 10 touchdowns this year. I saw over 700 yards receiving. Um, you know, how was it just going through your senior year and also going through the recruiting process at the same time?
Um, I want to say it was kind of tough this my senior year because, as you know, like my quarterback from last year left. He went to Syracuse, and so I got a sophomore quarterback. But he did his thing. He really did his thing. But it was tough going into like all the double teams and all the weird defenses I had to go against. But I did what I did in the best of my ability, and then the recruiting process was really it wasn't a normal one because of COVID, but it was good and bad. So I'm just grateful that I got the opportunities I got to have.
Yeah, and just talk about your recruitment process and how that was kind of different from what maybe you expected or from what other recruits have had in the past years. Like, have you been to Oxford? Have you been to tour their football facilities and stuff like that?
No, I have not been to Oxford yet, but I've been to SMU. That's the only, and I think I've been to Baylor for a camp, but that's about it. But yeah, like like the 2021s, we all had like a weird recruitment process. So like no home visits, couldn't go anywhere, all virtual. So basically, uh, I really wish we could have went and did all that stuff, but hey, had to do what we had to do.
Well, absolutely. I mean, this is, just one of those years where, it's just kind of different and tough for a lot of people, and that because of the coronavirus. But, everybody that I've known that's gone to Ole Miss has really enjoyed it, and I'm sure you will too. But talk about kind of, is there, like, what are Ole Miss fans going to get? They're going to see you on the field at Vaught Hemingway, eventually here, next year, year after, the next 4 years. What are they going to get in a player like yourself?
Oh, it's gonna be electrifying. I'm just honestly, I think I'm a big player. I can make plays. I'm good after the catch, my route running, my speed, quickness. I'm just ready to bring it all out there to Oxford and just have everybody know. And I want to play like really early. So this offseason, I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna get my weight up. I'm really working on my hands. That's what I really want to work on. So I just want to get all those things together just to get on the field early.
And speaking of that, I mean, Ole Miss got their guy and yourself from Texas. A lot of SEC schools have gone to Texas to get a lot of their big-time recruits. These last couple of years, we were actually talking the other day about all the quarterbacks that you're going to face. Ole Miss doesn't have a quarterback from Texas that they've recruited recently, but you're going to face guys like Caden Salter at Tennessee or potentially Jalen Milroe at Alabama or Garrett Nussmeier at LSU. So talk about, do you know any of those guys that you've maybe played against here in Texas that you may end up playing against again in the SEC?
The only one I'm familiar with is Garrett, because we played on the same 7-on-7 team. So it's very exciting to play against him because he can really throw it on a dime. So I'm really excited to play against him and see how we do.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I want to ask, is there any player that you would sort of compare yourself to, or is there any player that maybe you watch film of on like YouTube or anything and say, I'm trying to take stuff from his game and maybe put it into my own and kind of emulate him on the field?
Yeah, I watch 3 players. I watch, there's like an all breakdown of like my game. Like for like releases off the line, I would watch Devontae. And then for like my route running and snapping, I would watch like Jerry Jeudy and Stephon Diggs. So I would like to also have like my own game, but have like a little bit of theirs inside. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I understand you kind of want to be your own player. That's Devontae Smith from Alabama is who you're referencing?
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams, okay. So, again, talk about that. Do you watch more NFL guys than college, or kind of how do you decide like this is kind of who I want to take parts and kind of build from different players to make JJ Henry?
I watch both levels, but mainly, I watch NFL because the competition is harder. So more things work and see what would work. So I would like to. I watch a lot of film, so I'm a film head. Like I was staying there for hours, and like even my high school coaches know that I was staying there for hours watching what releases work, what type of routes work against what type of coverages. So mainly I would like to build my game around like more of a fast guy, like so kind of like a Tyreek Hill, but not that fast. But because I can get separation off my routes really good. So I'm just excited. I'm ready.
Absolutely. I mean, I know the feeling. Is there a coach that you kind of work with a lot on a lot of that stuff that you see? Like, hey, I'm trying to put this into my game the way, certain guys get off the line or the way they run the routes or they go about just playing wide receiver. Is there a certain coach that you kind of work with to maybe help you implement that kind of stuff? Or is there a certain coach that's played a big role in your development so far?
Oh, yeah. Well, first, early on, like my high school career, I was all myself. I was watching YouTube videos myself and then go out there and try to imitate it. Like that was all myself. And then I got into like my junior year and then I started noticing people were going to trainers. So now I started going into trainers and Margin Hooks. So and he's really good. So he got like all like the DFW guys, it's mainly him. So and he like really made an impact on my life because he taught me stuff that I've never seen before and it worked in games. So I'm just very appreciative of him.
Yeah, that's awesome. I bet that was a cool feeling to kind of take what you learned from him and use it. And like, man, that worked. Like, I'm a better football player because of this. So that's really cool. Now, obviously, you're much more than a football player. So talk to me about some of your hobbies and some of the things that you enjoy off the field.
Of course, like any other teenager, I love to play video games. PS4, on PC, anything. Well, I like to go outside with friends. Another hobby is, basketball was first love for me, but unfortunately, football took over. And I just like to hang out with friends, just hang out and play some hoops or do anything outside.
Yeah, I see the LeBron poster on your wall in the background. So is that your guy, or are you like one of those fans that like just you root for whoever LeBron's with?
That's my guy. Wherever he's at, it's where I'm at. It's my guy.
That's awesome. So you watch him get the ring last night?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But unfortunately, they lost last night, but still, proud to see him still out there at a kind of a mid-high age, so he's still working.
Yeah, well, you're talking about that too. He's maybe one of the best players to ever, be this old and be this good. So,
all time.
Yeah. Lastly, just what is your message kind of to Ole Miss fans about what's coming, not just for yourself, but for this current recruiting class? What are you collectively going to bring as a group to Oxford, and then what are you going to bring individually to Oxford that they can really look forward to?
Look forward to like more exciting, electric plays. It's like how Elijah Moore was with Matt. So the 2021, I think we're gonna have a really good class, and it's gonna be really exciting for Oxford, especially like the offensive guys. Yeah, we're gonna bring it.
Yeah, and one more question: what Have you, sort of talked to Garrett Nussmeier like, hey, we're going to beat y'all next year? You talk to any of those guys like that?
Well, like we have like our 7-on-7 group chat that we're in, and all like the SEC guys like Deuce Harmon and Garrett, and yeah, we all talk and say like kind of mess saying like, yeah, we're gonna beat y'all, we're gonna do this, yeah, as it goes on.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guys from Texas that are going to the SEC right now, and I think A&M really sort of kicked that off. That obviously they're getting a lot of guys from Texas because they're in Texas, but you're seeing more and more SEC schools get more and more big-time playmakers like yourself from Texas. So I think that's going to be really interesting, and for us at Inside High School Sports, it's really fun for us to watch y'all all kind of go at it throughout college after we, covered you all here in the Metroplex. So thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. Great season and best of luck at Ole Miss. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.